I'm glad you're here. Have you ever wondered, is this all there is? Have you ever felt like life is passing you by? That's why I created this channel, starting over at 60. So scary, but I'm here to tell you, don't you dare let life pass you by because it's not too late. You're not too old. I know the feeling. I know how scary it is. And honestly, the world is waiting for you. So get in here. Let's do this. Let's do it together. Do you want to join me on a journey where we redefine aging? Because that's kind of where we're going to go. But in the meantime, when you're younger and you've got a purpose, it might be to change the world. It's so big. It's so big. It's too big. And I finally have discovered after some couple years of searching and healing now that what if I told you your only purpose is to make the world a tiny bit better every day? That's it. Isn't that the most freeing thing to feel? Because what are we really doing? We get trapped in our own prisons of staying small, letting fear envelop us and not being able to move out of it. Because when you're younger, you're raising your family. You might be a bit of a workaholic. You're busy, 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 busy. We keep ourselves so busy so we don't have to deal with our very own selves, right? And deep diving into your own self, no, 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 no. Who wants to go there, right? Human condition. We turn away from pain. We turn toward pleasure. And we live in a world that is full of pleasure. And my own thing had been run, always running to the next place because it might be better there. It might be less scary there. Numb, 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 and repeat. So for me, it was run, numb, repeat for, decades. Starting over at 60, scary as I'm afraid. But I'll tell you what, when you look at all of the ways we can numb ourselves, it seems like the whole world is numbing themselves, right? Social media, online. We even have online gambling. We have alcohol. We have drugs. We have online everything that can take us away from the present moment. And what we need to do is start healing. And it's way hard to heal when we have all these other wonderful distractions in our life, right? Why wouldn't we doom scroll or look outside to everything else that can help us? Well, okay. The reason it's so important that we got to start this healing journey is because it ripples out, right? Every time you make a change, smallest little change, it's going to ripple out into your world. And I don't care if your world is you and your cat or your little budgie in your apartment. Because when you start to heal a little bit, just a little bit, and then you're out in the world, you're going to change somebody else's world. And it might only be in the smallest way. But when it ripples out, and maybe it's the checkout girl, or maybe it's somebody at the train taking your ticket, it doesn't matter. Every single impact you have out in the world has the potential to make it a little bit better. And that's all we got to do, right? Just make it a little bit better. So in my own healing journey, and I'll talk more in detail about that later, but I've had so much therapy, it's kind of silly, but it's been really good therapy. I've had wonderful influences in my life. For example, I went to a Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation retreat. I've been studying Dr. Wayne Dwyer, Louise Hay. I've been to an Abraham Hicks conference most recently. Bashar. So many wonderful teachers. And I love to be a student of them all. But you can listen. Doesn't mean you're healing. It doesn't mean anything is changing. So I think it's important that we don't just have conversations, but we actually do the work. And that's what I want to do with you. I want to sort of guide you back to yourself, sort of introduce you to you. And that's the most exciting journey there is. And because the world is waiting for you, you need to heal. You need to feel better. You need to get out there and do what needs to be done so that we can, like, we're at the age now where we don't have all of those crazy, crushing responsibilities. What we do have are a lot of fears. And that's become my big realization. And I saw a fantastic quote which said, "The reason we're not living our dreams is because we're living our fears," by Les Brown. And we're so busy living our fears, we can't step out of them. So what is the healing journey supposed to be? Well, the first thing I was told is, you gotta love yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself, Denise. Like it's easy. So, okay, well, I'm sober now, and just because I'm sober, it doesn't mean you're healed. It just means you're abstaining from whatever your numbing source was, whatever your greatest source of numbing is, because we're all numbing every single day. So the first thing I was supposed to do is fall in love with myself. So just quick story. The best way to fall in love with yourself is to look at yourself in the mirror. I mean, look deep into your own eyes. So I'd go up to the mirror and, I've got like a hair in my chin. Is that a pimple here? And I just couldn't look into my own eyes. I could look in the mirror because that's what we do, but I couldn't actually look deeply into my own eyes. So I thought, okay, well, if this is like the very first step, like I'm failing at the very first step, which is just look at yourself. Just look at yourself. Well, I could look at myself, but I couldn't look into my own eyes. I couldn't look to see who's in there. And I know people today that still can't look at themselves. And the therapist says, okay, well, you know what? A good starting point is just say good morning to yourself in the mirror. Or when at the end of the day, say, well, okay, lovely, good night. Well, I still can't do it. How are you going to do it? So what I did, because I was so committed to trying to bust out of what I soon determined was my victim mindset. I was trapped in a victim mindset. So the environment was controlling me. And I was like desperate, desperately seeking how to get back my own control, how to leave the fear behind, stop staying small. How am I going to get out in the world? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. I'm going to somehow fall in love with myself, and I'm going to start by looking in the mirror. So I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. So what I did was when I would get in my car, I would flip the visor down, and I would look at myself in the visor. Just for a second, I'd be like, hey, and I'd whip it back up again. That's it. That was good enough for one day. It was maybe a 2-second locked eye contact. And then the next day, I would look into the rear view mirror. Oh, hey, good morning. And that would be it. That's all I could handle. But I made myself do this every single time I got in the car. I would flip it down. Good morning. How's it going? It was too much for one day, but I did it. I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And now, honestly, how long have I been doing this for now? Maybe so long. And I've met other people who are so good at it, and they say, listen, you know what I do? I go, oh, I love myself. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I started putting sticky notes all around the house, and it would say, fall in love with yourself, Denise. And every time I saw it, I would have to, okay, I'm going to try to look at myself, and I'm going to try to love myself. And I'm going to try to not feel ugly. I'm going to try to not feel worthless. I'm going to try to feel like, wow, I can do this. So I guess all that to say is it's not easy. It's important. I knew it was so important because I need to heal the relationships in my life. I needed to let go of a lot of, and I did. I let go of a lot of relationships. I left it's like I sort of cut ties, left it all behind because I had to do it by myself. I had to do this on my own. The only one who can heal you is you. And leaving everything and giving up all of my delightful numbing agents, not letting myself have any of them. So you're raw. Like I felt like if it weren't for my skin, I would just blow up. I would just evaporate. I would dissolve. And so we have a lot to talk about as far as the healing journey goes. And I've done a workshop recently on how to live your life and move out of fear, and it's called Manifesting Your New Life on Purpose. And it's obliterating your problems. It's like wiping them out, and that's going to be the next video. But I wanted to give you a bit of an introduction to this channel because I think we have so many people global, like we are global, we are legion, we can redefine aging. We're at a time in our lives where we want to like it's essential. If we don't heal ourselves, the world won't heal. And when you see, okay, I could be a global force, but only because I'm one. All I am is one. All you are is one. But when we all start to come together, we're going to be legion. And just think of all of the little ripple impacts that we can have. I want to have one, I want to create a safe community. 2, what about if we could be really vulnerable? 3, what if we could take the mask off and put it away and be real and have the conversations that we've been longing to have? Being able to come together in a safe community where we don't allow our own BS anymore. That's it. It's over. It's gone. It's time to get real with each other. So I'm hoping that you want to join me in these conversations, and there will be something every single video that's going to hopefully nudge us in the right direction, move us forward a little bit. I've learned so many different techniques and tools that have sincerely helped me. And I wanted to leave you with this. And we should probably all take a really big breath because I want to remind you that this day will not come again. This is all we have. And there are so many delights and surprises and beautiful things waiting for you, but you need to get yourself in the place where you're seeing them, where you're receiving them, where you remember to even look for them instead of drowning in our own pain and drowning in what tomorrow should be or what happened yesterday. And I want you to remember to look up at the sky. If you could just today look up at the sky, just for a minute. And while you're looking up at the sky, take a great big breath. Maybe take 4 great big breaths and long, slow inhales. And I want you to remember always that your life is a dream come true. Your life is a dream come true. My life is a dream come true. So I hope you're able to join me on this journey. I would love for you, if you can, if you feel like it, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know where around. I want to reach everybody, like all of us in the world. Let's start connecting. And let me know where you're coming from, where you're watching from. And maybe if you've got a word or two with how you're feeling at this very moment, I would love to read that comment too. So I'll see you soon in the next video, and stay tuned because it's going to be a workshop and I'd love to see you there.